before wiping. Even cleans
The grill.
Thank you. It's more than soap. It's power wash.
Colbert's got Dylan McDermott and
The cast of Ted Lasso.
tonight on CBS.
4 murders. We need to move cautiously on this.
Let's get to work. We gotta find this guy fast.
Is it always going to be like this? Action, action, action.
This guy is desperate and dangerous.
We're gonna find who did this.
The FBI's are all new Tuesday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We come on the air right now at 11 with several breaking news stories. Cells without locks. Sheriff's officials explained why it was difficult to control the inmate disturbance at a jail in Dartmouth. The Supreme Court protects access to an abortion pill for now, but the legal challenge is far from over.
Well, drenching rain is on tap this weekend. There are some chances to get outside. We'll take a look at those, plus when you want to make the indoor plans.
And a playoffs double feature.
The Bruins, the Celtics, even the Red Sox. How fans are finding a way to watch our teams play at the same time away from home.
Now, live on WBZ TV and streaming on CBS News Boston. This is WBZ News.
And we begin at 11 with the dramatic image. Inmates hauled out of the jail in Dartmouth by heavily armed officers. And breaking tonight, the Sheriff's Department is explaining why it was so difficult to control that disturbance inside. For a while, there was chaos at the Bristol County House of Corrections. Thank you for joining us. I'm David Wade. It took officers hours to get that situation under control. WBZ's Julia McDonald is in Dartmouth tonight with the breaking new information.
The sheriff said things went sideways here, but would not categorize this as a riot because in resolving it, there was a show of force, but no real use of force, and no one, neither inmates nor corrections officers, was hurt.
We had to do something about suicides. We had to shuffle people around. Some of the people didn't want to move. They caused a problem.
A problem that derailed the Bristol County House of Corrections for the entirety of Friday. The inmates you see in this Sky Eye video cooperated with the move, but inside, the sheriff said 20 ringleaders between 2 units stirred the pot, with dozens more following in a destructive protest causing up to $200,000 worth of damage.
All the cameras on the ceilings have all been ripped off or covered up or smashed. The central control windows are broken, fans are broken, the beds, they started to destroy the beds.
The incident was made possible by the layout of the facility. The sheriff describes it as similar to a college dorm where inmates can move freely within several locked units.
50% of our cells don't have locks on the doors because they don't have toilets.
When diabetic inmates began refusing insulin and others tore up the sheriff's written response to their list of demands, corrections officers entered and took back the units with help from the Department of Corrections and COs from Hamden, Suffolk, Plymouth, Barnstable, and Norfolk counties.
Some of the people were in there on murder charges. They did have a lot of weapons. I mean, you can take a styrofoam cup, and turn that into a weapon. If you melt it down, you can turn it into a plastic shank. The fans, the blades, they were able to sharpen those.
The district attorney will decide additional charges for the so-called ringleaders. In the meantime, praise for COs across our state.
We house some of the most dangerous individuals in the Commonwealth. With the professionalism and the training that our correction officers get day in and day out, they were able to quell this situation swiftly, promptly, and with no injuries.
Those 20 ringleaders between the 2 units have been moved to other jails throughout the area. The sheriff said the next step for him is asking the state for more money to put toilets and locks on many of the cells inside this facility. In Dartmouth, Julie McDonald, WBZ News.
Also breaking tonight, some mixed emotions for fans rooting for Boston in the playoffs. The Bruins, they dominate Florida on the road, but the Celtics came up short against the Hawks in Atlanta. With both teams playing on the same night at the same time, sort of an emotional roller coaster inside of Boston sports bars. WBZ is your home for the playoffs, and we have team coverage for you tonight. We start with Dan Roach and the highs and the lows from both matchups, Dan.
Yeah, interesting night, David. Both teams playing a pivotal Game 3 on the road. Let's begin with the Bruins, who knew coming in that they'd be without their captain, Patrice Bergeron, for both these games down south. And then moments before they dropped the puck, David Krejci was scratched due to an upper body injury. Some good news, though. Linus Ullmark, a game-time decision, was good to go in net for Boston, and the Bees got right to work. Dmitry Orlov, the beautiful stretch pass to Taylor Hall, who beats Alex Lyon. Just over 2 minutes in, the Bees up 1-0. 2-0 midway third when Orlov finds David Pastrnak this time, and he buries it. 3-0. The Bees win it 4-2 to take a 2-1 series lead. As for the Celts, the scene shifting to State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Final minutes, C's down 6 until Marcus Smart hits the corner 3. Smart with 24. The Hawks lead cut to 3 with 90 seconds to go. But Trae Young, who struggled in Boston, drains the floater in the lane. 2 of his game-high 32. Hawks win at 130-122. C's series lead now cut to 2-1. And Game 4 for both teams on the road Sunday. And that's what's happening with these. So both these local teams have to win it on the road. Highlights and reaction just ahead in sports. David?
All right, see you in a bit. Rochi, thank you. With both games happening at the same time, how are fans supposed to choose? WBZ's Christina Rex is live at Banners in the West End tonight. Very busy night, Christina.
Yeah, David, why choose when you can just have both, right? Here at Banners, it's all calmed down now, but it was fun and even chaotic earlier. Fans just darting their eyes back and forth. Between the two games, you would hear cheers and have to check which team had scored. Game 3, 2 teams, 1 time.
It's awesome. It's not often you get the Celtics and the Bruins in the playoffs at the same time on the same day.
Banner's Kitchen and Tap right outside the TD Garden was packed with both Bruins and Celtics fans. Some were here for one reason only.
To watch a Celtics game.
Because why not? Let's go Bruins.
But many were here for the massive TV. In a unique split their living room TVs could never pull off.
Well, we wanted to watch all 3 games at once. We got the Red Sox, who are the most mediocre team in the history of baseball. Perfectly mediocre. We've got the Bruins, who are about to their pants. And we got the Celtics, who are going to go right to the NBA Finals and hopefully finally win it.
The confidence levels?
Nah, what he said.
Turned out to be exactly backwards.
We feel like the Celtics are going to rip the Hawks to pieces.
Rip them to pieces?
Yeah, they're done. The Hawks stand no chance.
I'm really confident in their chances. I think they're going to sweep the Hawks.
That's not quite how things went down. The C's lost 130-122.
Game 3, so I'm good. We good.
And the Bruins?
I've been hurt so many times. I'm ready to get hurt again, but I'm going to get hurt again.
Not so fast. The night ended in a big win. Such fun energy here at Banners tonight. You know what they say, you win some, you lose some. That was the case here tonight. But I talked to people after both games ended. Everybody's still feeling relatively confident going forward in both teams. For now, live right near TD Garden, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
And right back at it on Sunday. Christina, thank you. Tonight we're posting an X-Weather alert for soaking rain that's moving in this weekend. Eric Fisher is here to time it all out for us. Half the weekend?
Half the weekend,
okay.
Yeah. We can get outside tomorrow. It's not going to be a beautiful day like today, but we can get outside. Okay. And that's half the battle in springtime around here. Had the clear skies today. Clouds are starting to creep in from the south tonight, and that rain is off to the west. It'll slowly move in our direction, so it doesn't really get here until Sunday morning. So tonight, we're holding in the 40s with the increase in clouds. They'll be filling in as we head towards sunrise. Earth Day tomorrow, if you got an early morning cleanup, cool. Largely gray, maybe some areas of sunshine in the mix, but clouds will tend to dominate during Saturday. A mostly cloudy, breezy, cool day in the 50s. That winds out of the east-southeast at about 10 to 20 tomorrow. Then we'll talk about the rainfall. So at least it's dry. We can get outside on Saturday. And on Saturday night, we'll largely stay dry. There'll be some mist, some drizzle that may form. Steadier rainfall starts to develop on Sunday morning, and this will be slowly pushing east across the area throughout the day, tapering off to a couple of showers during the afternoons. All told, Pretty gray and cool day, and it looks like we could see over an inch of rainfall from Boston westward. That's a drink of water we haven't seen in about a month. We'll take a look at the full weekend forecast and an unsettled stretch for next week coming up. David?
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Eric. We have more breaking news now. The Supreme Court stepping in to protect access to an abortion pill. But this decision is only temporary. As Willie James Inman reports tonight, the legal challenge to mifepristone is really just beginning.
The Supreme Court said Friday it will not limit access to the abortion pill mifepristone, while a lower court challenge plays out.
People can obtain mifepristone via the mail. People can use mifepristone up to 10 weeks of pregnancy. There is no change at this point.
Earlier this month, Judge Matthew Kaczmarek, a Trump appointee, blocked the FDA's approval of mifepristone. An appeals court then struck down the full ban but set limits on its availability. Another appeal by the Biden administration and drug maker Danco Laboratories will begin next month.
The legal default is to say, let's maintain the status quo while the case is being appealed. And that's exactly what is going to happen now.
Anti-abortion demonstrators outside the Supreme Court were hoping the conservative majority upheld the ban.
Many people misunderstood that when Roe v. Wade was overturned, that was it. That was just a starting line.
The anti-choice forces are not stopping at the fall of Roe. Their goal is a 50-state ban. And so it's incredibly important to get engaged.
The case will likely make its way back to the Supreme Court at some point in the future, where justices would then weigh in on the merits of the case. Mifepristone has been used by more than 5 million women in the U.S. since it was first approved in 2000. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
Tonight, there's some breaking news on the Cape Cod National Guard airman accused of leaking top military secrets. The New York Times is reporting that Jack Teixeira may have posted sensitive information months earlier than previously known and to a much larger chat group. The paper reviewed online postings linked to a user matching Teixeira's profile. FBI agents arrested Teixeira outside his family's home in Dighton last week. Tonight, he's locked up and returns to court for a detention hearing on Thursday. Tonight, investigators on the Cape are trying to figure out what caused a massive house explosion in Truro. The home on Harding's Way blew up late last night, scattering debris all throughout the neighborhood. Fortunately, no one was home at the time. And from the sky, you can see the dramatic damage, the property reduced to rubble and in ruins. The blast so powerful that people 20 miles away could feel it.
There was a lot of shaking, and the sound was so loud, we for a moment thought that it could be our own house that's exploding.
The explosion did cause minor damage to some nearby homes. Firefighters from several communities on the Cape responded to the scene. There were no injuries. The Coast Guard has now suspended its search for a fourth boater who went missing off the North Shore. Yesterday, recovery teams found the bodies of 3 men near their capsized boat. 2 of the victims are from Quincy. The group left Hampton Harbor on a fishing trip Wednesday morning. Unclear what caused the boat to capsize, but other fishermen did tell us that the water was very rough, especially for a 16-foot boat. Tonight, the Red Cross is helping more than 100 people find a place to stay after fire tore through their apartment complex in Winthrop. First responders rescued several people from the burning building this afternoon. We do know it began in a 3rd-floor unit and quickly spread, but how it started is still under investigation. A woman walking her dog in the morning in New England, attacked by a black bear. Tonight, she's alive and recovering from her injuries. We'll tell you what happened. A rough landing in a Massachusetts airport. A small plane has to get towed back onto the runway.
Yeah, another look at that rain timing for this weekend. And next week, well, a lot of those April showers and not a lot of the springtime warmth. We'll see you back here in a few.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Like, we so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS.
Like,
and Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can lease this Equinox for $269 a month or get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models.
Getting into college is about more than an acceptance letter. It's a chance to make your mark on the world. That's what UMass Boston was built for. In unique times, for unique times. Championing equal access to great education, because that's what beacons do. We bring knowledge and light to where there is not. For the times, no matter the times. UMass Boston. For the times.
Hey, you know how Caesar invented the Caesars Sportsbook app, Caesars Rewards, and of course the salad? Well, he's back with Quick Picks, the quick and easy way to turn today's biggest headline storylines and games into bets. Look, it's right there on the home page. A same-game parlay, pre-built with the moments that make marquee matchups marquee. What will Caesar think of next? Caesar's come with something new, but he hasn't told me what it is yet. For now, bet like a Caesar with Quick Picks, only on the Caesars Sportsbook app.
The experienced sleep specialists at Bernie & Phil's can help you find a great night's sleep. With any premium sleep system purchase, receive up to a $300 furniture reward card. Choose from Tempur-Pedic, Serta iComfort, Sealy Posturepedic Plus hybrids, and the new Stearns & Foster models. Add an adjustable base starting at only $13 a month. 0% financing up to 60 months is available. And we'll deliver your new mattress for free. Bernie & Phil's, family owned and operated for 40 years.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
You're watching WBZ News.
This was a rough landing at Worcester Airport. State officials say that a small plane went off the runway and into the grass this evening, but the pilot got pretty lucky. No one was hurt. No noticeable damage to the plane either. Federal agents are investigating. They say that the Cessna had engine issues during takeoff. Well, this morning, a woman was attacked by a bear and survived. The 74-year-old woman was walking her dog in Avon, Connecticut, when the black bear bit her on the arm and on the leg. It's unclear how the woman managed to get away, but she's expected to be fine. Right now, wildlife experts can only guess why the bear attacked.
Bears sometimes have two dogs, whether they're leashed or not. They view them more as they would a wild predator. It was also trash collection day, so there was certainly a lot of available food.
Now, the female bear had 3 young adult bears with her, but per state protocol, she had to be put down. Salem police are warning dog owners to be on the lookout because coyotes are approaching people who are out walking their dogs, especially in South Salem and in Pickman Park. The dog walkers say that the coyotes seem to be very comfortable around people. If the wild animal comes up to you, they say you should pick up your dog, make loud noises, and calmly back away. Never turn your back on the coyote. Yeah, never trust a coyote. That's what they're saying. Well, tomorrow's going to be gray, damp, and windy, but it's somehow the better of the 2 weekend days, Eric.
The weekends have been difficult, haven't they?
Yeah,
Last couple months. They
haven't been our luckiest days.
No, we've had like one really good sunny weekend. This is another one where we're a little bit in the trenches. We're really entering a pretty gray and damp pattern overall here. We've got a soaking rainfall on Sunday. Looks like a very cool week ahead for the final full week of April next week, mostly 50s, and staying unsettled kind of for the rest of the month here. We've got a pattern unfolding that is not going to be like what we've seen up to this point in the spring, which has been a lot of sunshine, a lot of dry weather, and it doesn't look like that will be the case. We've got 40s out there tonight, and we had that front that was draped across the area today. You had 70s in parts of Worcester County. You had 50s at the coastline. The ocean's still very chilly this time of the year, and we'll still have that onshore wind for the next couple of days, and then we'll start to add in that rain on top of it. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, we'll mostly be in the lower to middle 40s. Not too bad, but certainly cool for any Earth Day cleanups. If you're heading out to the park or around the neighborhood, I'll have an extra layer on, but won't be sweating all that much, which is the case some years. This is a look at Boston hour by hour. You see that east wind, so at the coast you're kind of pegged for what you see is what you get. 40s and low 50s if you're right along the water. A little bit milder for the inland spots, breezy day out of that east-southeasterly direction. Farther away from the ocean you get, the milder it will be. 61 in Worcester, 61 in Southbridge, as well as Jaffrey. Groton's up around 59, but much cooler if you're close to the coastline. Not exactly a great day to be outdoors, but it is at least dry, and so you can get into any outdoor activities. Looks like it might get a little bit misty for the Revs tomorrow night down at Gillette Stadium, around 54 there as things get started. Maybe with some luck, we'll get some breaks of sunshine from time to time tomorrow, but clouds will be dominant. And then we head into Sunday, and that's where we have rain showers developing in the morning, and then the rain will be continuing to push eastward throughout the day. Some areas of heavier downpours will be mixed in, might even be a little bit of thunder and lightning in the mix. This will taper off to a couple of showers for the afternoon and the evening. All told, though, a dampened, pretty cloudy day. Rain amounts could see over an inch west of Boston in particular. That's where we should see the bigger totals out of this one. Meanwhile, toward the Cape of the Islands, South Coast, even the South Shore, some lower amounts. Still some beneficial rain in what's been a really dry month. If you look at the calendar, it's barely rained at all. Only 3 days with any measurable rainfall, and 2 of them had less than 1/10 of an inch. Really just the first had any significant rain here in Boston. So it'll keep the greening going. It keeps the brush fire risk down, keeps the pollen down. But temperatures in the 50s means you might have the furnace running this weekend, at night at least, and definitely some cool temperatures to deal with. Pollen counts will be lower for Sunday and Monday. If you've been suffering with the allergies, maybe a little bit of relief in that regard. As for the rain chances, Sunday's the highest overall. Monday still has some lingering showers and some drizzle, and some afternoon showers will likely pop up on Tuesday and Wednesday and maybe into Thursday as well. It's a type of pattern where your best chance of sunshine is in the morning hours, but clouds will tend to fill in and some scattered showers each afternoon. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe a little bit drier at the end of next week, and kind of stuck in those 50s across the board. If you're looking for the upper 60s, 70s, looking out, I'm thinking sometime in May, but probably not in the next 10 days. David? What are we due for a pattern like this?
Well, May is closer than we think.
It is.
Right?
It is.
But it's not that close.
It's not that close.
All right, Eric, thank you. Well, even though the weather won't be spectacular tomorrow, it may be a great opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors. That's because admission to national parks is free tomorrow. That includes Adams National Historical Park and the Cape Cod National Seashore as well. Well, listening to the riders, the T says it's changing up its plan for the Blue Line shutdown because of feedback from people who rely on the trains. That's next.
We're here at Revere High School, and they're putting on their first musical theater production in 30 years. They're doing In the Heights.
The diversity in Revere, it's so beautiful.
A lot of our students live the story of In the Heights. I think it's going to be life-changing for a lot of them.
The best thing that ever happened to me.
Who sent you a good luck video?
Good morning.
Building a greater community, this is where it all starts. This is what we're all about at WBZ, sharing these kinds of stories.
With same-game parlays on FanDuel, you can bet how your favorite players will do. Looking good, young Chuck.
You too, old Chuck. Getting better with age. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets guaranteed. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA.
Do your kids love dinosaurs? Spend your April vacation with Dino Safari, a walk-through adventure. Now open at Faneuil Hall with thrilling life-sized animatronic dinosaurs your kids won't stop talking about. For tickets, go to dinosafari.com.
This weekend, get a special look at the new movie Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world, following WBZ News Mornings this weekend.
If I ruled the world. They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep, it's got 3 rows.
So you.
Where do I plug in?
It's wireless.
That's so you. What do I do with these? Careful, it's kind of busy.
Oh, I got this with my superpowers.
And a little help from your Buick.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Current eligible Buick lessees get this low-mileage lease on this 2023 Encore GX Preferred all-wheel drive for around $199 per month.
The Massachusetts State Treasurer's Office wants to help you get your money back. Go to findmassmoney.com and search your name. With over $3 billion in unclaimed money, stocks, and more, some of it could belong to you. The only way to know is to go. Findmassmoney.com.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching WBZ News.
Tonight we have some new information on when the Blue Line will shut down for much-needed repairs. The T says evening service will now end at 8, which is an hour later than originally planned. It's happening between April 24th and the 27th. That's Monday through Thursday next week. And then it'll happen again the next week. The downtime is needed, the T says, to fix the tracks and to ease some of the speed restrictions. So shuttle buses will replace trains during that work. And tonight, Governor Healy is trying to get the T back on track by making some changes at the top. She's replacing 3 members of the board of directors, including the chair. Public transit advocates say the shakeup was overdue because the previous board wasn't getting the job done.
There's big questions about, the way that some of the work that happened last year was pitched as, whether that was, one month to save the T, or whether that was, we're doing this Blue Line work so that we can, have the T ready for the Sumner Tunnel closure. And yet here we are again, having some of that work done.
Tom Glynn will be leading the board. Longtime T riders may remember him as the former general manager of the T during the Dukakis administration. Well, the Bruins went into tonight's playoff game without 2 of their major weapons, but it didn't stop them. Rochi has sports next.
100-foot pass to Taylor, and he scored!
Tonight on The Late Show, from FBI Most Wanted, Dylan McDermott, plus Stephen A. Smith, and
the cast of Ted Lasso.
Tonight on CBS.
At Morgan & Morgan, we've made it really easy. Anything that we need from you, you're able to do from the comfort of your home. You can just dial #law and you talk to someone like me.
More good news, New England. Your Ford dealers have just received additional shipments of F-150 trucks and Explorer SUVs, leasing at $399 a month. That's just $399 for returning Ford lessees and all competitive lessees and owners with trade-in. So whether you're coming from a Ford or the competition, you'll drive home a well-equipped F-150 or Explorer. Your choice for only $399 a month. See your Ford dealers and lock in your $399 a month payment for qualified lessees on F-150 or Explorer.
Dan, these Nicolac paving stones look amazing.
Yeah, they're supposed to last for generations, but who knows?
I have a time machine if you want to find out.
All right. What? We said no kids. What changed?
You know what hasn't changed? The color on these Nicolac paving stones.
Mom, of course you can move in with us.
Wait, what?
Look on the bright side. The Nicolac paving stones still look amazing.
Nicolac paving stones with Paver Shield. Ask for it by name. You'll see the difference.
Every day, we see signs of progress across Massachusetts. Neighbors making the transition to a clean energy home. It's an energy efficient home, which saves money. It's a more comfortable home, making it a better place to live. We've got new resources to help you make these changes too. CleanEnergyLivesHere.com has the information you need to make your home more energy efficient and less reliant on fossil fuels. Clean Energy Lives Here. Join us and bring it to your home too.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5, 2023 Motor Trend SUV of the year. Now lease an Ioniq 5 for $539 a month, including a $7,500 EV lease bonus. Hurry in.
Do your kids love dinosaurs? Spend your April vacation with Dino Safari, a walk-through adventure. Now open at Faneuil Hall with thrilling life-sized animatronic dinosaurs your kids won't stop talking about. For tickets, go to dinosafari.com.
The show-stopping BMW i4 is electricity in its most powerful form. A perfect fusion of iconic handling and cutting-edge sophistication. With a range of up to 300 miles and the power of over 500 horses stampeding at a whisper. It's 100% electric and 100% BMW. BMW, the ultimate electric driving machine. Hurry in to lease the 2023 BMW i4 eDrive 35 for $499 per month.
From Lincoln Center Theater that brought you The King and I and South Pacific comes a sumptuous new revival of the most perfect musical of all time,
My Fair Lady.
Playing in Boston April 18th to 30th. Visit LexusBroadwayInBoston.com. Sponsored by Citizens Bank.
Well, a busy playoff night of the sports calendar for the Boston sports fans. Both the Celtics and Bruins playing a Game 3 away from home. Let's start with the Bees, who were without their two top centers tonight, Patrice Bergeron and late scratch David Krejci, both due to injury. First time the Bruins have been in South Florida for a playoff game since 1996. Didn't take long for the Bees to get on the board. Dmitry Orlov sends a long pass ahead to Taylor Hall. He does the rest. Beats Alex Lyon for his second goal in as many games. 1-0 Bees, 2.5 minutes in. 6 minutes into the second, Brad Marchand off the faceoff, rifles it towards the net. Charlie Coyle is there for the deflection. 2-0 Bruins. Third period, another stretch pass from Orlov, this time to David Pastrnak. He does the rest. 3-0 Bees. And then Nick Foligno with the dagger. He replaced Krejci in the lineup. He gets his first of the playoffs. 4-0 Boston. Florida scored a pair of late goals, but Ullmark with a 28-save performance in net. The Bees win it 4-2 to take a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 is set for Sunday afternoon. As for the Celtics, they were in Atlanta tonight to meet the Hawks. Boston taking the first two games by 13 points at home, but this one on the road and a chance for the Hawks to get back into the series. Jason Tatum and the Celtics had no trouble shooting the ball, especially in the first half. Celtics hit 9 3-pointers in the first quarter. Celtics led by as many as 9 in the first half. Tatum with 29, but the Hawks surged in the second quarter, went on a 15-3 run to go up 9 themselves. They scored 74 points in the first half. The Hawks had an answer for everything for the Seas that they threw at them in the second half, shooting 56% for the game. Trae Young bounced back after a slow start. He had 32. DeJounte Young had a big night, and Murray had a big night too. The Hawks take a must-win Game 3, 130 to 122. Game 4 Sunday at 7, and the Seas know playing on the road this time of year, never an easy task.
I mean, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. That's why we let the outside noise continue to talk for us. It was our focus. We came in with a game plan. They did too, and they executed. And they hit some shots to really get them overboard. So, it could have been a sweep, but we ain't talking about that. It's one game at a time. We came out to play tonight, and we lost, so we got to come back and play again.
Let's go to baseball. Sox in Milwaukee meeting Bernie Brewer and the Brewers. You got to love that guy. Second inning, Alex Verdugo launches the 2-run homer to take a 2-1 lead. Doogie's third of the season, second in as many games. Boston down 3-2 now in the sixth when Rob Refsnyder delivers the RBI single. That ties it at 3-3, a big hit for him. This is good to see as well. Sox up 4-3 in the seventh when Masataka Yoshida delivers the RBI double, puts Boston up by a count of 5-3. And the Red Sox certainly needed that run a bit. That's because Kenley Jansen came in and he gets the save. A 1-2-3 night for him. He's 5 for 5 in saves as the Red Sox go on to win this one by a score of 5-3. David, you could say 2 for 3 for the hometown teams tonight. Celtics just need to bounce back in Game 4, and the Bruins need to play like they did tonight as well.
Yeah, it was great to see the Bruins bounce back. Thank you, Rochi. Yep. Do you think your feline friend has star potential? Well, this could be your cat's big break, and it comes with a big check. That's next.
Virginia is for Sunday brunchers and oyster slurpers, for red meat lovers and no meat lovers, for winery samplers and all-day wine drinkers. Ooh, is that a Chardonnay? So, as you can see, Virginia is for all sorts of food lovers. So, come love it for yourself.
Hi, I'm Ed Madeira, CEO at East Commerce Solutions. East Commerce Solutions has the solutions for your business. We have smart terminals and point-of-sale systems that can help you manage your business. Imagine paying a one-time fee and having a manager that never calls in sick, always shows up for work, and is there 24/7. That's what software and a point-of-sale system does for you. Give us a call today to find out more, or visit us online at eastcommercesolutions.com. East Commerce Solutions, powered by Payrock. We're there when you need us.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,300 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive RAV4. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
The story of a kinesiotherapist who rehabbed his golf game.
I love golf. I have always played golf.
Until he started having some mulligan-level foot pain.
Well, the golf game starts down at the feet, and if you don't have good support, you probably won't have a good golf swing.
So he got fitted for Good Feet arch supports.
It made a world of difference.
Any advice for your fellow linksmen?
2 words, the Good Feet store. How many words is that?
Try them for yourself with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Like, we so amazing.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS.
Like,
and Chevy Blazer RS.
So captivating.
You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer.
The crowd go crazy.
The RS family of Chevy SUVs. Definitely worth a follow. Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can lease this Equinox for $269 a month. Or get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2023 Equinox models.
Virginia is for road trippers, are we there yetters, mountain hikers, and horseback riders. People who are kayakers, people who are not kayakers. Oh, and look at these brave souls. So I guess what I'm saying is, Virginia's for all sorts of lovers. So come love it for yourself.
Monday morning on WBZ News.
The Bruins and Celtics continue their quest to bring home 2 titles to Boston.
And cooler stretch for the end of April. Join us at 4:30.
Well, perhaps your cat is the main character in your household, so this could be your pet's big break. The company Boston Casting is looking for cats to star in a commercial. The listing is for cats who are comfortable outside on a harness. The best part? Pays $1,200. Send Boston Casting a picture of your cat to be considered for the role. The question is whether or not you'd have to share the cash with the cat. Maybe just buy them some fancy food. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is up next. We're back on WBZ tomorrow morning at 5. Have a great weekend.
Looks up, head fake on Caravan. Feeds the corner, and that's another.
What am I going to do? I can't follow the national championship.
Huh? Steven, you got to do your show.
The cast of Ted Lasso? What are you doing in my dressing room?
We came here to watch the game on your TV.
Yes, we're on Apple TV Plus. They don't